Now, the first very simple and very effective trick is to practice at the same time every day. Now, often it happens that we really want to practice, but something or the other comes up during the day. And finally, at the end of the day, we realize we haven't practiced. So, try to fix on a time when you're least likely to be disturbed and follow the same time every day. That will increase your chances of practicing more regularly, and also you will become more accustomed to the practice routine. Always start with warm-ups. No matter how experienced a singer you may be, when you wake up first thing in the morning, your vocal cords are very relaxed and very sluggish, right? So before we get into rigorous singing, we need to do some gentle warm-ups like lip rolls or humming exercises or even omkar before we get into full-fledged singing. And this will also help you practice for longer time, and it will make your practice more effective as well. The overall output will be much better. Now, the next important trick is to follow a technique-oriented approach rather than a song-oriented approach. Sometimes students come and ask me that this particular song is really difficult. Can you teach me how to sing this song? Well, usually it doesn't work that way because it is not a song that is difficult. When you find a song difficult, it means there is some technique or some skill that you need to develop in order to sing that song easily. So try to focus on asking your teacher, what is that skill or what is that technique which I need to develop, and try to train on that technique so that it will help you not only on that song but for other songs in that same category. Now, developing technique, developing skills might be less interesting than singing songs, and it might take longer also. But trust me, that is an investment worth making because it has a much bigger and a long-term effect. The next question arises as to how long should I practice? It's not true that the longer you practice, the better singer you become. Every voice has its own unique stamina, its own strength, its own endurance. Right? So we need to do what works for us and not just set a standard time just because somebody else is doing it. So if you're a beginner, just go with basic 20 to 30 minutes max and do more of warm-ups, do more of vocal exercises, start developing your voice. And as you go more and more advanced, you will be able to gradually and healthily expand your practice time. So make sure that you pay attention to your vocal cords, and the minute it starts telling you that it's facing strain, you need to also know when to stop. And last but not the least is my favorite mantra for effective practice, which is the no excuses policy. Half the reason why practice becomes ineffective or fails is because we give frequent breaks. Sometimes it's because of exams, sometimes it's too much work, sometimes somebody is coming over or we are traveling somewhere, right? So there are n number of reasons why we can't practice. And if we are really serious about music, we need to get rid of those reasons and we need to somehow make sure that we still find time for our practice. I'm here at Fiji Islands enjoying my vacation, but that did not stop me from practicing every morning at the same time, of course in a different time zone, but the timing and the duration of my practice absolutely did not change. So I think each one of us who is really serious about music should somehow get rid of any excuses that we may be having. The only reasons that possibly should prevent us from practice is if we're not feeling well or if we have a throat infection or any other ailment that affects our singing. But apart from that, we can definitely try and fit in our practice time without really compromising on having fun either.